Hello and welcome to the first City of Leavenworth podcast. We have Mayor Mark Preisinger here. I'm the city manager, Paul Kramer. We're going to cover a couple topics today. We're going to talk about economic development, maybe a potential city festival here in the fall of 2019, and then just a couple random topics. This is our first try at this, so we're going to go through some items, and I'll start with economic development. Let's go around the city. Mayor Preisinger, first of all, let's talk about some of those real estate signs that we're seeing north of Walmart on 10th Street. What's going on there?
Well, first of all, good morning, Mr. Kramer, and thank you for all of you that are listening in on this, and looking forward to our first podcast ever for Leavenworth City Commission. The question on the real estate signs north of Walmart, I think many of you have noticed if you go out 10th Street on the way to Walmart on the west side, it looks like 3 properties that have for sale signs on them. Those are for sale with a commercial real estate developer. The city does not own them or control them, but we have been working closely with the broker. We've given them data about the location, economic development incentives that we could possibly do, or the policy that we have for economic development. It looks like it's 3 properties, could be platted 4 or more, but it's a ripe area for commercial development, whether it be a big box store, a restaurant, or whatever it might be. But we think there will be some active interest in it in the coming months.
Yeah, it was a big step that they finally put those signs up. I know for years there had been some rumors about it becoming a commercial development, so big step, I think, getting those signs up and showing that it's for sale.
Yes, I think those houses have been vacant for quite a long time. I don't know if it's been a couple of years or not, but they have been vacant basically since Walmart moved in.
Okay, let's switch to the other side of town off 4th Street. Price Chopper. Anybody who shops there over the last couple months has seen signs that says renovation coming summer of 2018. Well, summer of 2018 is about over. Nothing started. What do you know about Price Chopper?
I know that the plans are still in place, and I've seen the signs. We all have that coming summer of 18, completion fall of 18. The summer of 18's got 3 weeks left, and they haven't started. Our discussions with them, they say their plans are still in place. As for when a start date, finish date is going to be, we don't know. That's completely within Price Chopper's balls. Price Chopper's, that's their responsibility, and we will work with them on building permits, doing whatever is necessary. But as of right now, you know as much as I know.
Okay, let's stay in the grocery store business, or the former grocery store business, as it were, and go over to the Country Mart property. I think anybody that's been over there has seen some great improvements for the facade, but it's not a facade of a new grocery store. I know a lot of people in the community are upset about that, but if you could kind of walk us through the process of how that ended up where it is today.
Country Mart closed down approximately a year ago. The owner retired. The owner owned 2 grocery stores, a Country Mart here in Leavenworth and one in Sedalia, Missouri, that his son runs. While he was planning to retire for a few years, and during that time, during a couple of years before he closed, he was trying to sell the store. He could not get any buyers. It's very difficult to run a grocery store. Not many people wanted to buy a single standing grocery store. Therefore, he retired and closed out the property. He never was the property owner. The property owners are real estate developers out of the East Coast, I believe New Jersey, New York area, and they considered a little bit running a grocery store, but they had no history or expertise in running a grocery store and decided not to do so. They wanted to sell the property, and they did sell it, and we the city have attempted many times to recruit grocers for that area. There have been studies done by these various grocery store chains, and we've always come up blank. The storage company did buy the property from the East Coast developers, and they started their project at 20th and Spruce, and I think you can see the improvements that have gone on, and I think they'll probably be opening within a couple of months. We did not offer them any city incentives. They did it all with their own money.
Staying with grocery stores, that doesn't mean that we're not going to continue to pursue grocery stores for Northeast Leavenworth just because the Country Mart building's not an option. That's still a priority of the commission, am I right?
Yes, we're still pursuing grocery options for North Leavenworth. North Leavenworth does present challenges to grocery store operators. All of them that we've talked with have expressed those challenges. Their competition, they know, is in the south part of Leavenworth. but we are encouraging one to come to North Leavenworth. As of this date, we have not had success, but we're still trying.
Okay. And then finally, the last topic we'll hit on economic development today. Let's move south and talk about the new Business and Technology Park, the $10 million park partnership between Leavenworth County and the city of Leavenworth. We've had 2 site visits up to this point, which is a very good start to a business park that's only been open about 45 days. But we're currently pursuing a big project. Can you talk about that potential big project?
Yes, the business park, which is 82.5 acres approximately, officially opened end of June. We had the ribbon cutting. Our latest interest in the business park, business industrial park, is the U.S. Department of Agriculture's headquarters is looking for site locations for both the National Institute of Food and Agriculture and the Economic Research Services. Currently, they're located in the D.C. area. They need approximately 4 acres, 160,000 square feet of buildings, which equals to 4 acres. They need 10 acres of land to build that size of building. This project has 600 jobs, all federal civil service jobs. They're looking to relocate from the D.C. area to the Midwest for cost of living opportunities, or obviously the cost of living here is much better, and quality of life. We have submitted our proposals. We're working closely with Senator Moran, our U.S. Senator from Kansas, who he and his staff are helping us present this project to the Department of Agriculture, and we're hoping to hear something in the next weeks, months to come. This is something we're pursuing. It would be a very big land for the industrial park. 600 jobs on just 10 acres, 1/8 the size of the park. Would be an excellent opportunity for everyone in Leavenworth.
I agree. As we've said many times, we do government well here in Leavenworth.
That's right.
High quality jobs.
And one of the things, to echo what Mr. Kramer said, the Department of Agriculture, they are looking for sites in the Midwest that I think they use the term federal job friendly. And obviously Leavenworth, as Mr. Kramer said, we do government well. So this would be a natural fit for us, and we're hoping that we get some positive news from them in the months to come.
Yes, most definitely. Let's switch topics a little bit. We're just entering the end of summer, beginning of fall, and you'll see festivals all around the Kansas City metropolitan area. The city doesn't have a festival right now, a large contained city festival, but that's going to change. Let's talk about the plans for 2019 and what some of our residents and visitors can expect.
The City Commission approved in July the first city festival, which will probably be in mid-September 2019. The actual dates are not set, but we imagine it'll be the week or 2 weeks right after Labor Day. It's probably going to be centered around the Landing Park in downtown Leavenworth. It'll be kid-friendly, live music, food, entertainment. There'll be more details to come, but we are able to fund this. It's a good use of our transient guest tax, which has increased geometrically over the last 4 years since we've had these new hotels come on. We've had 3 new hotels that are open, and a 4th one will open here approximately mid-September, early October. So this is a great use for a transient guest tax. To be something for the entire city, and the city will run this over the past many years. The Buffalo Bill Days, if you will, the First City Festival, different names, different times, were kind of run by private individuals in the community, private volunteers, which we greatly appreciated. But it is a huge task, and now we are taking it on. We'll fund it.
And if we continue these podcasts as we move along, we'll provide you updates with who's going to run it, maybe some of the attractions we've secured. So I think it's something that people will follow closely. A couple last questions that I've seen on City's website or Twitter, which, by the way, is a good way to reach out to us. If you have any questions you'd like us to consider in future podcasts, submit them on the City's Facebook page or just reach out to City Hall. So 2 other items that I've seen questions about are a new website. The City's website is about 10 years old, and the Commission just approved some actions to change that.
Yeah, we have a contract in place, and hopefully the new site will be up by the end of the year. It's a new design, it's easier to use, it's customer friendly, and you can use it on your mobile device, be it an iPhone or Samsung or whatever it might be. So it's going to be technology is always changing, always improving, and we're moving with the times. Our current website we've had for, what'd you say, Mr. Kramer, 8-9 years?
Yeah, that's
And
right.
now we're coming out with a new one, and I think everyone will be happy with it.
And then finally, the last topic I've heard a lot about is Immaculata High School. A lot of sentimental value, nostalgia value in the community. It's closed, and there's nothing that we could do about that, but we're excited that it's not going to sit vacant. What's going to happen at Immaculata?
IMAC closed last year after 80 years. I think that the original part of IMAC was built in 1927. The Archdiocese of Kansas City made a determination to close the high school, and it was purchased by Caleb Buland. And Caleb Buland may be a name that's familiar to many Leavenworth residents. He is an architect that redid some properties in Leavenworth to include Ben Day School, which is now Lofts, North Broadway School, which is under construction, should be open fairly quickly, renting for loft apartments, and also the Carnegie, what we used to call the library at the Carnegie Arts Center. He now has purchased the IMAC, and it will turn it into 30 loft apartments with an indoor fitness center. On another note, we have the new Abernathy building at 2nd and Cheyenne, right underneath the Centennial Bridge, not underneath it, but you see it when you're crossing the Centennial Bridge. It is going to be turned into 130 loft apartments. Just the amount of investment going into the Abernathy building is approximately $11 million. Construction has started. You'll see some construction materials out there, probably a clean out of the building, but it's probably a year out, and there'll be 130 apartments, lofts in that property, which is another addition to Leavenworth, and brings people that require that type of living to come into our city to live, rather than having to look in Platte City or southern Leavenworth County or Johnson County or other counties outside. We can keep those people in Leavenworth. It helps us all.
Speaking of keeping people in Leavenworth, last Friday you and I took a hard hat tour of a building that's about to open in the city of Leavenworth, right there on the corner of 4th and Metropolitan.
Right. Mr. Kramer, Mr. McDonald, Director of Public Works, Commissioner Nancy Bowder, and I, and Assistant City Manager Taylor Tedder, toured the Town Place Suites at 4th and Metropolitan, which tangent with the Fairfield Suites, will be run by the same company. They're looking to open soft opening mid-September, grand opening probably October. And it has, I'm going from memory here, 88 rooms. We toured it. It's all state-of-the-art as required by Marriott. A lot of upgrades, a fine hotel. The people that own the hotels are looking forward. They want it open as soon as possible. The business is there. The residents love it. The Fairfield Inn, which is part of the Marriott chain, and the owners told us that there are 900 Fairfield Inns in the Marriott chain, and only one received a Diamond designation based on occupancy, based on customer feedback, and that was Fairfield Inn in Leavenworth, the only one in the entire chain that received the Diamond designation. So they're very proud of those properties, as we are, as well as the Hilton Home 2 downtown and the Hampton Inn downtown. All of them are doing great business, and it's a great benefit for the city of Leavenworth.
And providing a great view as you come across that bridge into Leavenworth.
Correct. Yeah, looks much better now.
Yes, it does. Well, that's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed our first podcast. City Manager Paul Kramer here with our Mayor Mark Preisinger. If there's topics that we didn't cover today that you'd like to hear about, again, reach out to us via our Facebook page. You can call City Hall or stop by. Send the mayor an email. His information is on the city's website. I'd like to thank the Leavenworth School District for hosting our podcast today in their podcast studio. And until next time, please send us your topics. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.